I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to.
Hello. Welcome to my channel Judge All Nation. In this video, Christian Prince will make understanding and education about Islam to all Muslims. Also, Christian Prince educates Muslims that in the Lord Jesus there is truth and no other. Now let's take a look and see what Christian Prince will tell you by arguing with Muslims. Enjoy watching this video and God bless you.
Let us call him, even though my voice is tired. I think you can tell. But we will talk for some time. Maybe we can help this gentleman.
Hello?
Can you mute YouTube, please?
I gotta turn this down.
Can you mute YouTube?
Mom, mute the TV.
Can you mute YouTube, please? Okay. Hello? Mute YouTube, not your Skype.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I do hear you.
Okay, yeah. YouTube is muted, everything's muted.
All right, give me the question so people they can hear. First, welcome. I see your
Thank you.
I see that somebody told me he is your brother, and he already
Yes.
he's a Christian. He left Islam, correct?
Yes.
Okay, and you are still a Muslim, right?
Yes.
Welcome, my friend. Let me welcome you, and I appreciate you to call me. Go ahead. What do you want to say to me?
So the question was why? So I'm familiar with where in the Qur'an it says we must confirm the books prior. My question is, if the Qur'an makes it apparent, and you can enlighten me, I'm going to come at this with humility and ignorance. But if the Qur'an mentions that the book that we believe is the Injil was given to Jesus, why would we confirm the book, which is a biography written after the time of Jesus? And as a follow-up, I assume that we could believe that we can confirm the words of Jesus within the biography as the Injil, but that's a separate discussion. So that's my question.
Well, my
If that
friend,
makes sense.
in your text in Skype, you mentioned to me the word Injil, correct?
Yes.
Okay, what Injil mean? Do you know?
Just play it as I know nothing, because I'm not expert enough.
Well, Injil is a Greek word, and every Christian he called the gospel is the good news. So, if Allah he sent a book to Isa, was Isa a Greek person?
No.
So why his book is a Greek book? Injil is a Greek word. This is not Arabic.
Explain.
This is not Arabic. This is not Hebrew. Have nothing to do with Hebrew. So how Allah, remember in the Quran, it says that Allah he never sent a messenger except in the tongue of his own people, correct? All right.
Yeah, that's correct. I read that the other day.
So in order for Isa, if he sent, Isa was sent to who?
The Jews.
All right.
At the time.
So is it logical that Isa sent to the Jews and he gave them a book in Greek?
Was the book in Greek? I'm not aware.
Well, this is what Injil is. Injil is the name of the book of John, which was a Greek book.
Could the word Injil have stemmed from Greek and just
No,
been
it's a
used?
Greek word. It's a Greek word. It's not a Hebrew. It's not Arabic. And for us as Arab Christians, this is exactly the word we use. We say Injil. You can ask any Arab. We use the word Injil. So your prophet, he took the word which the Christians use in claiming that Allah told him But this is cannot be, because you yourself, you just told me that the disciple of Jesus, they wrote the gospel after Jesus, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So how the book saying that this is the book Allah sent to Isa, while this is a Greek book written after Isa, which means Isa, supposedly he is Jesus, he never wrote a word in that book. Do we agree?
Yeah, but couldn't the the Qur'an being also a book of I'm looking at the verse right here. So we never sent any messenger except in the language of his people. And again, I'm ignorant here, but couldn't the language, the word Injil, what if it was called something else at the time of Jesus? Couldn't this be the language of the
Well,
people at the time?
remember the Quran supposedly is written in the Lawh al-Mahfuz, which is the tablet of Allah before the creation of mankind. So, if Allah is the one who called Injil, then the one was given to Isa should be called Injil from the beginning, in the time of Isa, not in the time of John, or John writing a book and it's called Injil, because Allah is the one saying, I send down the Injil. So if Allah is the one who sent down the Injil, that means he gave it to John. He did not give it to Isa.
But aren't we saying that we never sent any messenger except in the language of the people? Not right. Injil isn't necessarily a messenger, nor is it. It's the name of the book.
Okay, but if I say to you now, the name of my book is a Ching Chong Fang Chong, which is Chinese, does it make sense? But I am a person who speaks to the Arab.
If the time, I'm not aware. If the time of the people that we're talking about, the Quran, let's say, the time of the Arabs, if we're talking about, in history, in past tense, to the time of the people currently who are Chinese, and we want to say Ching Chong Wing Wang,
But why you want to
then,
name your book a Chinese name if the audience are not Chinese? They don't even know they don't know what the title mean.
yeah, I'm not. So, are you saying we're confirming the book, the New Testament,
Well,
sent to John?
we have tens of Quran verses, not only saying we confirm the Injil, because your opposition is that when the Quran says confirm the Injil, or confirm the book, you are saying, oh, it's confirmed the Injil. But no, the verses in the Quran saying confirm what is with them. And this is 600 years after Jesus, not 6 years. So the
Right.
Christians in the time of Muhammad, they have a book in their hand, and that book is what between their hand, and the Quran confirm it. So if we go as an example, in chapter 2, verse number 89, it says, وَجَاءُهُمْ كِتَابٌ مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَهُمْ, and a book came to them from Allah, confirming, actually believing, not confirming, correct translation, believing
Right.
in what they have, not what they have in the past, what they have. If you change the translator, what translation you like?
Whatever, doesn't matter.
All right.
I don't have a specific one.
So you will see that it confirms what they have with them now. So if the book is changed, this is 600 years, more than 600 years after Jesus, confirming the book which is with the Christians. And look,
Right.
do you
But
see?
what we believe to be the Christians and the Jews are those of true Christians and true Jews, which aren't the ones who go against our Unitarian
Okay,
position.
let us say what you are saying is true, but there's no book for Unitarian, never exist. Never have one. This is the Injil we have. There's no other ones. Unitarian didn't have a special book, didn't have a different book. Same time, if you read with me here carefully, it says, when come to them, between two brackets the Jews, a book, the Quran, from Allah, confirming what is with them. You just said, we believe this is talking about the true Christians. Okay. But that means the Bible in the time of Muhammad was true Bible, correct?
Not, no, well, but my point here is that the Injil when was it specified that? And I don't have the other verses where it speaks about the Injil just being exactly at the time of Jesus. This, if this position was true, then this would just be a contradiction. It wouldn't actually be that. It's confirming, the biography that was written after. Because my whole point here is just simply the Injil, regardless of where the name came from. That's an interesting conversation. The Injil, at the end of the day, is the book at the time of Jesus. Obviously, it cannot be at the time of Jesus, written after.
Okay, but let's see now. I want you to focus with me with what we see in the screen. Does it
Yes.
say confirming what is with them?
Yes.
Okay, this is 600 years after Jesus. So now, regardless of the name, regardless the book given to Jesus, not to Jesus, to John, to Peter, it doesn't matter now. The book is with them, is confirmed. Do we agree?
Yes, but we have to look at it from a lens, and this is just my perspective on it. We have to look at it from a lens of when we're talking about Christians or Jews, we're talking about ones who were there the time before the final prophet came, the final book came to confirm and wrap everything together, which would be ones that don't negate the Qur'an's teachings.
My friend, focus with me. If Muhammad,
Yes.
he confirmed that at his time there's a Christian book, it is correct. Does the verse says that? In his time. It's not talking about in the past. It's confirmed what is with them. What is with them? I'm sure your English is better than mine. Is that like a present tense, or this is past tense?
No, I know. I'm just yeah, I don't know. I look at it in retrospect because at the end of the day,
Because you keep saying the end of the day. What end of the day? He's confirming.
because at the end of the day, the Injil is a book that was given to Jesus, not
No
a book
problem,
written.
but no problem, my
right?
friend. It's, let us say, Allah, He handed a book to someone. His name is Isa by hand. You can call it whatever you want. But
Yeah.
now, the issue now I'm showing you, the Quran confirming 600 years after Jesus that the book
Yes.
which is with the Christian, you can call them the true Christian, you can call them whatever you want. Still, that means the Bible in the time of Muhammad was still preserved. So that Bible, why Muhammad don't have it? As long this is the book of God and he confirmed it. As long he is a person,
Well,
he is a
this
final.
could be a different
Hold on,
discussion.
let me finish my sentence.
Yeah.
As long he was sent as a final prophet, as you said, shouldn't the final prophet appreciate a book of God which he just confirmed, and he add the Quran to it? So if now we find that the Bible still exists, and Muhammad he came as a prophet after the Bible, then he should do what the Christian did. The Christian, they did not throw in the garbage the book of Isaiah and all the prophets, or the books of Moses. No, we add them to our book. So if we confirm this book now, whatever that book is named, so Muhammad is a true prophet, then he should add this confirmed book which is between their hands. There is no way Muhammad, he is confirming what is with them, but he do not know what is with them. Do I agree?
Well, would you kind of look into the fact that there's I'm not a historian, but there's a long history in 1400 years, right? I mean, I think it's interesting still, but there is a long history. If he did, that's in the case that he did have the perfectly accurate Bible that Islam believes in. But my whole point here is just that if we see the word Injil, it doesn't talk about whatever. We look at the word Injil. If the Injil is defined in another place as X, Y, and Z, and this is saying we're confirming the Injil, but the Injil that we're interpreting, it's confirming, is something that's different than what the Injil is defined as at a later in different times as the Qur'an. Then I just see that it has to come down to history. I mean, I don't see this as we are.
I will go with you. I will go with you. Look what you just said.
Yeah.
Based on what you said, isn't it the Quran called the people who believe in Jesus that he is Son of God? He called them people of the book.
The people, there's plenty of we're all sons of God. I mean, there's
No. You see, when you call me people of the book, you cannot say that my book is corrupt and then you call me the people of the book, because then I am not the people of the book. If
you're
somebody,
not. We don't. That's not what we believe. We believe the people of the book do not believe in the Trinity.
but you see, the Quran says clearly that the Christians and the Jews, they believe that the Messiah is the Son of Allah. He called us by Christian. He didn't call
Yes,
us.
absolutely. And why do you call the rest of people ourselves, me and you? We're the Son of God too, right? This would just confirm that he is human.
No, no,
I know you believe he's human, but
what you just said? You said me and
this
you.
would confirm that he is nothing but a complete mortal and just complete human, and
Okay,
just a
but
normal
hold
Son of
on, my
God like
friend.
me
Why
and
you
you.
are mixing things up? I'm trying to go with you. You said that when the book is confirmed, you are talking about true Christians. Okay, and I ask you now, who is the one is called Christians? Is the people of the book mean the Christian and Jews? You said yes, but you meant that this is the true Christians, correct?
That would be the only explanation for this. Yes.
Okay, but how then your
So
God
yes.
Allah, He called us people of the book, that we are the one who believe in Jesus, Son of God.
But my point is,
There's
I'm the Son
my
of
friend.
God.
Listen,
We're all sons of
I'm
God.
just being honest with you. There is not a single verse in the Quran saying there's a true Christians and there's false Christians. He called us always Christians or Jews. There's no false. There's no
That
true.
that would confirm that the word in the Quran is a true word, because if Muhammad came and he wrote the Quran to start his cult, then he would be saying there are true Christians and there's not true Christians, basically saying, well, the true Christians are all gone and now you have to follow me. This is just confirming that Allah doesn't look at this and say, well, there's fake Christians called Buddhists, right? If you're following what I'm saying, here's what I'm saying, right? We could take this two routes. So we could say the route of Muhammad had the perfectly reserved Bible that Muslims believe in, the Injil, at the time, and then afterwards history corrupted it, right?
Okay,
And then
let us
the
make it
other
simple.
route,
Let's make
yeah,
it simple. Let's make it simple. Was the Torah, was it
yes.
corrupt in the time of Muhammad or was not?
I have no clue. I'm not aware.
So only the Injil is corrupt?
Perhaps the Torah was corrupted. I'm not
Okay.
too sure, but here's all I can say.
But let me
The
show you
things that
something.
contradict.
I have a surprise for you. When
Let's
your
see.
Quran speak about corruption, never mention the gospel, it mentioned the Torah. Speaking about the Jews, says يحرفون الكتب الكلم عن مواضعه. So they are changing the words from their location. He never said, by the way, the book is corrupt. But this is only about the Jews' book, not the Christians. And this is the Quran. And actually, it says clearly the Jews, chapter 4, verse number 46. And if you read the interpretation, you will see it says that one Jew, he put his finger in the top of a word, which is not really corruption. If I put my finger over a word in a book, so suppose you will not see it, is that corruption? No. So this is the story. Look what your prophet is saying. This is chapter 4, verse number 46. This is the only time speaking about corruption. But the story is clearly saying there's no corruption. The guy, he just put his finger over the word. So here it says, from among those who are Jews are some who displace words from their right places and say, we hear your words, Muhammad, and we disobey. So look here. If we check the story, nobody changed words from their location. He just placed his finger over it. Number two, do you agree with Muhammad that the one who changed words from their location is doing corruption?
Do I
Yeah?
changing the words?
No, it's replacing, just read with me carefully, as it says.
You're just covering a word, right?
Displace words
Yeah.
from their right places. Do you agree with that? This will call corruption.
I mean, yes.
Okay. But the whole Quran then is a corruption. Because if I ask you right now, what is the first verse Muhammad he received from Allah? Can you help me?
Are you sure? But are you mentioning that they're not in chronological order?
Well, this is a change of the location. If Allah gave it to you, verse number 1, verse number 2, verse number 3, and you just agree with me that the one who changed their location, how in the world I will make verse number 1, I will make it a chapter number 96.
So go back to the number, the up there, the one that was green.
The one what?
I think there's a delay. Go back to the verse about displacing words, please.
Okay, so I'm saying, if I change the location and you agree with me, you say this is corruption.
Not necessarily, because
No, you said that a second ago.
no, not the location. It's displacing words away from the right place.
Okay, so
If
are you
you
saying
are-
if I take a sentence and I put it in different place, is that a corruption?
That would be displacing words away from the right place.
Is that a corruption or not?
Yeah, I mean, yes, it would be
Okay,
corruption.
let us, me and you, agree in the corruption. What corruption is to change what God gave us. We did not keep it as it is. Do we agree?
Yeah, that would be corrupting the text, yes.
All right. So if I go right now in the Quran and I read for you a verse and you tell me what happened here. It says that this day, today, I completed your religion for you. I completed my favor upon you, completed your religion for you, and I accepted Islam for you as a religion. This is the verse, according to Muslims, Muhammad he received at the end of his life.
Mm-hmm.
How in the world it become in chapter 5, verse number 3? Read carefully with me.
Yeah.
This day, you know, when we say this day, we are talking about timing, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now by displacing the location of the verse, we change the whole meaning, because now anyone who read this, he will think, when this verse came in the chapter of Al-Ma'idah, Islam is complete. So all the chapters after that, they are fake, because Islam is complete. Read carefully. This day, I have perfected your religion. So Islam is being perfect. This day, I have perfected for you your religion, completed my favor upon you, and chosen for you Islam as your religion. This can be accepted only if this is at the end, the last statement in the book. Do we agree?
No.
No, but this is what the Muslim says. They says yes.
Well, this is again.
You see, hold on. You see, it's up to you.
Yeah.
It's up to you. Like, you know, it's like you are the one who decision. You decide, not the religion. But your religion says that this is the last verse Prophet Muhammad received.
Yeah, but it doesn't. What we're mentioning here, what you said was that we're displacing sentences. This is an ayah. This is a structure. It's
No,
an ayah.
this is change the whole meaning, because now I changed. Do you see the word this day? If I say if today is December 9, and I say to you, this day I completed your religion for you, and today is December 9, and then I come to you tomorrow and I say, okay, I have more verses for you, but yesterday you told me you completed the religion for me. Islam is complete. There's no more need for more. Muhammad is the final prophet according to Muslims, and today the message is complete.
Well, I would say two things about this. I would say, number one, at the top of each page in the Quran, there's not a date. Second of all, this is mentioning afterwards, after we have perfected the religion. It's saying, you know, things about what you do after we perfect a religion, if you sin or whatever of that sort. So at the end of the day, this ayah, I mean, this is only a part of the ayah. From what I could see, I would assume, well, this ayah isn't to be like, okay, this is the conclusion of the Quran and this is like the ending of the story. I would see this as this right, the thing that you have highlighted right here is kind of context to the rest of the ayah. And then at the same time, the whole thing's not in chronological order, and there are no dates at the top. It's not a journal entry. That's how
I
and
see.
once again, I'm not here. I'm just saying this.
Okay,
is
okay. I will go with you. So if you are reading a book, I wrote many books. So now if I say to you in page number 5 in my book, thank you for reading my book. The book is finished. and then I continue writing chapters. Don't I look stupid for you?
What's the point of writing a book that's fiction, non-fiction, anything of the sort?
What
Versus
fiction? I'm not
writing a
talking about
book
fiction now.
that is
Listen,
meant to
I'm
be,
saying to
but
you,
this is a book that's meant to be a message and a law and a guidance.
what message? Okay, we
for
will go to the
people.
message so we can laugh. But look, if I say to you in the beginning, in the first few pages, after reading a few pages from my book, and then I
Yeah.
have 400 pages left, but in page number 5 I say, the book is completed. My book now is perfect. Thank you for reading. Goodbye. That's what it says. Today,
Is this what it says? Is
yeah.
this what it says, or is it that this day I have perfected the religion, etc., etc.? But as you know, as we're speaking,
How the religion is
and
perfect? How the religion is perfect, and he keep giving us more orders for the lot
because
for the coming
yeah,
20 years. Listen, so now my religion is perfected, and now I keep receiving to tell you how to pray, to tell you how to do jihad, to tell you how to fast, and Ramadan. There's no Ramadan yet. This is chapter 5. So if this is a verse confirming that Islam became perfect to you this day, speaking of time, not more to come, then everything come after it is a fabrication. Otherwise, we have to accept what the Muslims say, that this is a verse given to Muhammad at the end of his life. And then, when they organize the Quran, they decide to insert it here, which doesn't make sense. So now look what happened. Because the Muslim, they did not keep it as Allah gave it to them, as Muhammad claimed it's coming from Allah. And you have no right to change it, because if corruption is a changing, if Allah gave it to you at the end, you keep it at the end. If Allah gave it to you in the beginning,
yeah.
you put it at the beginning. But Allah did not give it to you in the beginning. So who are you to change the location? Are you fixing Allah problem? Are you correcting Allah order?
I have a question for you. Are you what was the other thing we were talking about? So are you right now, are you challenging the point of the Quran being written in chronological order, or are you challenging the point of it, I forgot the other piece of that question, but are you challenging the point that it's just generally in chronological order?
My
Or
friend,
oh yeah,
I'm
or
showing
are you
you,
challenging the
I
point
don't
of
care about
sentences being
the whole
displaced?
Quran as a book doesn't make sense, but I am showing you that the Quran doesn't make sense, because whatever you want to say, it's an order or not, this is not a verse, according to Muslim, was not given here. So who is the one who made decision? The Quran collected after Muhammad's death. And Uthman, the most famous Quran is Uthman, which the one we are reading right now. So now Uthman and the Muslims, they decide to insert this verse here. But isn't it, this is exactly what corruption is? If God gave it to you, if God, he says 1, 2, 3, 4, who are you? Who gave you the authority to put 4 before 5, or after 5, or after 6? Who is the one give you the authority to put what it was in the number 1, to put it at the end? So remember, the Quran says, those who displace words from their locations. But this is what the Muslims do. This is not what the Bible says.
So
And this,
once
even,
again, are you challenging the point of it being in chronological order, or
no, no,
are you
no, I'm not
challenging the
challenging
point of
that.
this
I'm
being
showing you that
displaced?
this is not a book receive. I'm just showing you the book which
But
Allah
this
he
isn't
sent.
displaced.
Huh?
So the ayah was that words are displaced in not the right place. If this
But this is what
ayah,
corruption is a changing what how Allah gave it to you. If Allah gave it to me in such a way, who am I? Who gave me the authority to take this verse? Obviously, this verse was given with other verses. Who gave me the authority to take it from here, put it there? Am I making a makeup? Is that a decoration? Is that a furniture? I can put the chair here. If this is the book of Allah and we respect the book of God, then nobody have the right to change the word of God. So what does verse prove to us? That the word of God, Muslims, they say it's preserved. It's not, because you Muslims play with it. And the same happened when Muhammad received the chapter of Iqra, Bismi Rabbik, and Al-Alaq, sorry. And he said to him, read. That is number 1. Who is the one have the authority? Like, did the Muslim find out that Allah should not give it to us first one, he should give it last one? So if this is not corruption, what corruption? Same time, You mentioned to me that this book is a message. Let me ask you in front of everybody. Can you tell me what is the message of Islam?
Yeah, but first, I think this is a weak argument because there's a lot of context in this ayah. Number one, and then number two,
What is the contact? What is the contact? It says if you don't eat pork, this is Islam now. Islam don't eat pork. It's completed now. So if I make a verse now saying don't eat falafel, Islam is perfect for you. What does have to do with perfection of religion? Religion is about what to eat.
No, I'm saying that there's context to this ayah. This is not saying, okay, this is the end of the Quran, and then we're
You
going to move
keep
on to
saying
the next
context,
ayah.
my friend. What the contact? It says
No,
clearly in
I'm
front
just
of you.
saying. I'm saying if see the highlighted part you have, yeah. If you had just that highlighted part, and it said this is I perfected the religion, and this is the end of the book, which is not saying it's saying other things in the same ayah, and I have a second part to this. But if it was just that highlighted part, and then it moved on, I would say you have a case here, but there is no case here. And then number two, you're talking
What do you
about
mean? What do you mean? What
displaced.
do you mean? Move on. There is more than 100 chapters after that. So
So
those are
that's my point. It's
those.
not just saying this is the end of the book.
No, no. You
This is
see,
the
if this is the last verse, is the end of the book. This is mean the book is correct. You're not listening. This is the
This is
last.
not saying this is the end of the
According
book.
according to Muslims, this is the last verse Muhammad received. So this is a verse should be at the last page, at the last line. Today. It's about timing. I perfected the religion for you. So here the position is a stupid position. Why? Because as you see, he keep talking, he keep giving command, he keep teaching. So how I perfected the religion for you, and then I have thousands of verses coming after it. How it's perfect today, but we keep talking and we keep giving verses. Either it's perfected and we are done, or it's not done yet, so we give you more. So you look like you are not listening. This verse
I am, but
is
it
the
looks like your
last
argument here
is
is
the
just
last
simply
verse in the Quran.
yes.
It is
But it seems
by
like
nature, by history.
yes.
Huh?
Your argument here is just the fact that it's in chronological order. I'm not the right person to debate on this.
No, no,
I'm
no.
not.
I'm not. I'm talking about
It's not about
chronological. I'm not talking about chronological order. I'm saying there is a change. That's
displacement.
all. There is a change. So now, me and you, we have to agree that somebody took verses without the authority from Allah and put it
We
here.
believe it. We believe everything has the authority is under the
Okay,
authority of Allah.
give me the one who gave the command to change it. Go ahead. I'm listening. Who is the one?
I'm not a theologist. I'm not
No,
aware of
isn't
all
it
this
okay?
stuff.
Isn't it the Quran collected after Muhammad's death?
Yeah.
Okay, so Muhammad is dead now. So how is it possible that Muhammad he came from the grave? He told Uthman, "Hey, put it there." Even Muhammad, he have no right to change it because he's just a prophet. He is just a messenger, and the messenger, his duty is not to change the message, but to deliver the message as it is. So as long we prove that this was not what Allah gave, that means the Quran cannot be valid. If we can find one verse is not what it is, then the rest, and now actually we have hundreds of verses, none of them can't be from God. But I will go with you. Forget about all of this. You said to me, you keep saying, Muhammad, he came with the message.
Yeah.
Is this the message? Don't eat pork?
This is a law by God. This is a guidance. Yes.
Don't eat pork is a guidance, and that is the message. So Islam is about eating pork and drinking camel urine, and that's it. Islam is complete.
No, no one ever said that. That's.
So what the connection between eating pork in the verse and completing the message?
It's just talking. I mean, I don't. Let's read the whole thing. So it's just saying.
Read the whole
I
thing. Go
perfected
ahead.
the religion.
Read the whole thing. It says it's forbidden for you to eat this food and this food and this food and this food. It's about food. This is a fact.
I mean, it's just. Yeah. I mean, what you're comparing. You're saying this was randomly displaced in an ayah about, the baz for him who's hungry. He can eat the pork. Allah is forgiving and merciful.
Yeah, but
Is
what
that
this
what you're
have to
saying?
do? What this have to do with completing the message? Like you see, if the verse saying worship Allah alone, and that today I say, okay, you know what? This is the message. It's about worshiping Allah alone. But look what it's talking about falafel, hummus. So how a verse about making sandwiches and food and recipe has to do with completing this day your religion for you? The religion is not about a food. It's about God. Who is more important, eating pork or God? Who is more important, what you can eat or who to worship? So here you notice that this verse is placed in a very silly place, because if this is a very important verse. Today I completed my favor. So the favor of God is completed. Okay, so we put it here, and in a verse talking about what? About kitchen.
Okay, I mean, this is it doesn't disprove Islam in any way.
Okay,
It's just an ayah that's put
now
together. I have a
the
question for you.
message
Can
the
you
message of Islam is what?
submission to God,
Is what?
submitting to God?
That's false, because the message
Okay,
of Islam is to submit to Muhammad, not to Allah.
sure. Tell me where.
Everywhere. Here we go. If we go in the Quran right now, which one, like, have you ever heard of verses about mut'ah?
Uh, yeah, perhaps. I'm
Okay,
not finished with the Quran,
so
but in
your prophet, he received a command from Allah saying do mut'ah. Your prophet never received command from Allah saying don't do mut'ah no more. Muhammad, according to the hadith, he said don't do mut'ah no more. So do you obey Allah in the Quran where he says do mut'ah in chapter 4 verse 24, or you obey Muhammad where he says don't do mut'ah no more?
and Muhammad is saying this based off of what Quranic verse?
No Quran verse. There's no Quran to forbid the mut'ah. No, there's no. I challenge any Muslim in the world.
Okay, pull up, where's the hadith?
Where is what?
The hadith, where is
Ah,
it?
okay.
Where does it say this?
Okay, here we go. Let us show you. I will put it for you in the screen. The funny, my voice was going before you call me. Now I have better voice. All right. Uh, let us see here. And anything I say to you here, you can check it out, take the reference, you can download the video later, and you can ask any Muslim sheikh as you wish. And you can invite sheikhs to debate me. Here we go as an example.
I will, by the way, I will.
Good, very good. So here it says that in the Battle of Khaybar, which is Muhammad killed the Jews, Allah Messenger forbade the temporary marriage mut'ah. Do you see it?
I think it's loading.
Okay.
Yes, I see it now.
Okay. So if Allah he ordered mut'ah and Muhammad never received Quran of forbidding mut'ah, is it up to Muhammad to forbid as he wish, or he should obey Allah?
Let's see. You tell me.
No, you are the Muslim, I'm not me. For me, if I say a prophet, if I'm a prophet, I have no right to oppose what God said. I'm just a messenger. So if God says do mut'ah, then okay, well, God says so. Who am I? I'm nobody. If God says don't do mut'ah no more, then I will tell you, okay, God says don't mut'ah. But there is no verse in the Quran forbid the mut'ah.
There is no verse in the Quran that forbids temporary marriage?
No. Not
Are you
a single verse.
In
So-
the chapter, it's in English, it's called Women.
It doesn't matter. Any chapter you want.
Yeah, but that's where it talks about marriage a lot.
Yeah, but there's no verse. I know. When I say to you, trust me, I'm a Christian prince. I don't say things.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Well, yeah, let's debate. I mean, we can dive into that, but
What do you
Okay,
mean?
I don't
What do you
know.
mean debate?
I'm not sure. I'm saying, listen, I'll bring, Sheikh.
Uh-huh.
We'll talk about this. I'm not knowledgeable enough to talk about these things like the back of my hand. I just
What
had that one
about
question.
you call the sheikh right now?
I don't have any. I don't have a Sheikh yet.
Oh, okay.
And besides, it's 1 a.m. So,
All right.
well, I don't know. I think you still did not win on the argument of the displacing of the words, because when we look at the way the messages were given to Muhammad,
Read.
it was within ayahs.
Just read what I just showed you now on the screen.
It's still loading, but
All right.
if you displace an ayah, are
Read.
you displacing words in the wrong place?
My friend, nobody have the right to change anything for the book of God. This is anyone. He changed it. Nobody have the right. This is called corruption. If I replace order of anything in the document made by government, this is called fraud.
Where does it? This is not. So where does it say if you move locations rather than displace specific words?
It's the same.
Or sentences?
Displace.
It's not the same.
You see, my friend, I just told you that the verse about the Jews, about this place, if you read the interpretation and the story, and I can show you the hadith, the Jews did not change anything. The guy, he just put his finger over the word. You Muslims, you change the locations.
Yeah, but he's not changing the location if he puts his finger over the word.
Exactly. So how the Quran says displace when the fact did not displace?
Because it's not talking about displacing by changing the locations. It's talking about displacing by the words within the ayahs.
Okay, so now if you put your finger, if you are a Jew, and you put your finger over a word in the Torah, the Quran says, yuharrifun. Yuharrifun, the Muslim translation, displace is a lie. Because yuharrifun, tahrif mean corruption.
No, because it's not saying, it's not a lie. That is corruption. That is displacing, because you're literally. So how are the messages?
There's no the word displace is not is not this word. The word displace is an mawadi'ihi. So the word yuharrif, I'm talking about the word yuharrif. Yuharrifun mean they are corrupting by displacing. The Quran saying that, not me. So by changing location, they are doing corruption. So the Quran gives definition that if you change location, you are doing corruption.
It's not what I read.
No, this is what it says. Here we go. Let me wait for you again.
It's saying if you change location of words, displacing words.
My friend.
But in the Torah.
Okay, you are reading translation, but let me show you.
I read what's on the screen.
Okay, do you see this word here? Chapter 4, verse number 4. Chapter 4, verse number 46 in yellow.
Yeah, it's loading now. It's loading now. Yeah, is it loading? Did you pull up a new screen?
Yeah, I opened the Quran.
It's coming.
Okay. If you open right now any Arabic dictionary, you will see that the word corruption means tahrif. Yuharrifun is the continuous verb of corruption. So yuharrifun al-kalam an mawadi'ihi, they are corrupting the words from its place, which means displace the word. But what the word is, corruption. If we look at the translation now, and because you don't know Arabic, you think it doesn't say corruption. It does. It's about corruption. Let's change the translator. Remember, this is a Muslim website. It's not my website. But for me, I do not need the website. This is for you. For me, I speak Arabic. However, you can take the word by one and post them in Google, and you will see what the word tahrif mean. So look here. The translation says they pervert words from their location. What does pervert mean? Pervert.
Yeah, what does it mean?
What the word pervert words mean?
Like pervert?
Well, this what it says pervert. I don't know. I never used this word before.
What does it mean? I don't know. Where's it?
I mean, translation saying that. I thought your English is better than mine.
No. Where does it say this?
It says in front of you. It says pervert. The Jews.
Oh, here we go. Some of the Jews pervert words.
Yeah. What pervert?
From their meanings. I mean, I guess it sounds like it's just saying change words from their meanings.
Okay. So now you see, every translation giving us different story. So now it's not displacing. Suddenly it became changing the word meaning. See? I mean, this is a messed up religion. Everybody give me.
So go back to the other one. When it's talking about displacing words, I think you're missing the point
No,
where.
no, I'm not missing the point. We can go.
Listen,
We
it
can
says
go, my
displacing
friend,
words
my friend.
from the
Okay,
right place. Yes.
okay. No, no, they did
Yes, that's
not.
what it says.
No, no. You see, it says عن مواضعه, which means its location, but the word يحرف mean to corrupt,
Yes.
corrupting. You can go right now. You can do this. Let me help you. You can open Google Translation, copy the word, huh,
Uh
and paste in Google Translation. Can you do that?
Yeah, I don't have it in front of me, but
All right.
let's see. Which chapter?
Chapter 4, verse number 46.
Okay. But do you not see where the point where it says the right places in the ayahs?
My friend, this is what they say. I mean,
No, but here's my point about this. Right? How were the messages given to Prophet Muhammad? How? It was through ayah. It was an ayah at a time. Yeah.
it doesn't matter. Still, it's
It
not.
does. It does because
No,
when you
it's still. You have no right. If this is the last verse was given to Muhammad in his lifetime, you have no right to put it in the front. That's it. This is the last verse he gave,
no,
and actually,
that's not how I read
it
it. I
makes
mean
sense,
that's
my
how you
friend,
could read it with bias.
my friend. The verse naturally makes sense only if you put it in the right place. So why you change it? Today I completed your religion for you. Nothing wrong with that. I perfected your religion for you. So the right thing to do is to keep it in its place where it is at the end of the book. So
Okay,
now,
so where does it say that it must be in chronological order?
so now God he have to say that to you, so you can play with the verses as you wish, because God did not say so. Well, I can do the same to my Bible then. Now I can take a
No,
sentence of
because
Jesus.
it's
Hold
not
on,
saying.
hold on.
Yeah.
So now I can take Jesus saying this, and I can change the page. I can put it in this place. I can change this. I can mess up the whole book, because if I can change one verse, I can change all the verses just to place them. I write them in a paper, and then I put them in a box. I mix it in the box, I throw it from a high building, and then I bring the box, and then each paper I touch first, I write it as verse number one, verse number two, second paper. Doesn't matter if the verse was in right place or not. So, but this is what corruption is about changing, because that will change the meaning. If I
It
change,
does.
if I change
It
the
doesn't change the
location,
meaning if you have context, like I said, and so we have to define what the right place is. Are we talking about
the
the
right
words
place is
in the right
the
place?
right
Wait,
place
hold on. Are we talking
is
about when
how
it says displaced words?
the
Is it
right
talking
the
about
right
displaced
place.
ayahs?
Listen, the right place is what God gave you. It's not up to you to tell what is right place. If God gave it to you, verse number 10, you put it number 10. If God gave it to you, verse number 500, then it's 500. It's not up to you. Are you correcting God? Are you saying God, He gave it to you in order, and you found that your God order is not right, so you decide to correct it?
No, but at the on the other hand, it's not saying that you cannot change the orders of the ayahs because it's not
But this
saying
is what
it
corruption
says
is.
displaced.
If I
But
change
listen,
the
it's saying
order, my
it's
friend,
not because
if I
there's
change
nothing.
the order of any book, I am playing with the book. Anyone have
But
a little
according to
brain?
what? According to your own opinion.
According to you, because corruption is a changing.
So I'll explain my philosophy on this.
There's no
It says
philosophy. Your
no, but you have to
my
listen.
friend,
You
my
have to listen.
friend, your philosophy is equal to nothing, and my philosophy is equal to nothing. Because when we say corruption, changing the book of God, it's not about opinion, your opinion and my opinion. It's about changing the book of God, and nobody has the right to touch and to change what is supposedly is a revelation. This is not.
Okay, so
Muhammad
once again,
said this.
I'm not the right person to debate on why it's not in chronological order. But here's all I'm trying to say. Let me get my point out. It's saying displace words from the right places.
Let us go back to zero.
Eyes.
Let us go back to zero, because obviously you are stuck with it. But let us go here. So here your prophet saying, you remember you said to me, where it says that Muhammad never received Quran. Read this hadith with me. It says here, the verse of at-tamattu, the wajh al-muta, was performed and nothing was revealed in the Quran to make it illegal. So why Muhammad he make it illegal if Muhammad never received a message from Allah? Is he Allah?
I'm not sure, and that's why I'd like
You
to
are
get
not
a shaykh
you are not sure if he's Allah?
who's knowledgeable. No, I'm not sure on your question. The question
My
wasn't
question
if he's Allah.
is,
That
my
was
question
the
is,
second question.
if my God gave me a command to do mut'ah, do I have the right to oppose God command and make my command to forbid God command? Because the one who allow it is God. So who is the one you Muslim follow and worship? Is it
Yeah, of course. I
Allah?
mean, this is very like rudimentary stuff. This is very obvious. All I'm saying is, this would be a clear cut, contradiction that we're just following Muhammad's teachings. So there's things you have to look at that I'm not smart enough to look at because I have humility.
Well,
And
you
that's
do
why
not
I'd like
need to
give
look at
someone who's
it. I
smart.
just gave it to you. I mean, you can take a look at it, but now you are denying that I'm showing it you on the screen. This is al-Bukhari.
I'm not denying anything, but
Okay.
I mean, this
So
is what
when
is
you
this?
say
Is a
to me, I
narration?
need to look at, are you buying time, my friend?
What is it? What am I reading right now?
We are
who's
reading.
writing
We
this?
are reading al-Bukhari. Al-Bukhari. This is al-Bukhari 1226C. This is al-Bukhari 4518. So Hajj, sorry, the Mut'ah never
Yeah.
been forbidden by Allah, and there's no Quran came for it. And Muhammad, he forbid it. So if there's no Quran, Muhammad have no authority because he's just a messenger. The Quran
Okay, so what you're
says,
saying is the books, the Sahih book that we believe in and that we read is physically saying there's a contradiction within the Quran between what Allah is saying versus what Muhammad
exactly,
is saying.
Muhammad he
This is
forbid
Allah.
it. Muhammad
Okay,
he
so
forbid it.
I'm sure there's an explanation for this because if it's so clear cut saying that there is a contradiction, you're telling me that the narration, the Sahih narration, is saying that there's a contradiction.
I know what to say for you. I mean, after I always explain, are you asking me what I'm saying? If Allah,
Yeah.
if Allah gave a verse, do you have a right as a human being to cancel what Allah order you to do? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. So how Muhammad he forbid what Allah allow?
I'm not sure. I'm sure there's a
Well,
complex
because he's a false
understanding to this.
messenger. He's playing games.
Yeah, Habibi.
A person who follow God, he will not temper with the word of God by the mood. Same time, what kind of God allow you to marry a woman for 5 minutes?
Is this is not even hadith. What is this?
The mut'ah is in the Quran.
I know, but you're telling me that the Sahih al-Bukhari is saying that there's a clear-cut contradiction.
It's in front of you.
I
Muhammad
know.
he forbid. Muhammad he forbid
Okay.
what Allah allow.
Okay, So you said that these videos are recorded, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna just take this part of the recording,
Yeah.
and then I'm going to bring a sheikh on it and someone who's
After we
knowledgeable.
finish,
Of course.
you can start from the time you call me. Record your screen, because I don't keep my videos for long, and my video is so long. Maybe it will take you forever to record to download everything. So you can record the time from the time you would call me, until you finish.
Okay, we'll have a good conversation. with
You
someone who's
can
knowledgeable.
feel free. You can load it in your, if you have YouTube channel, you can load it in your, feel free. You can use it as you wish. I give you permission. So look.
Amazing.
So look now. Muhammad is a prophet of God. Muhammad, he came to deliver a message of God. Is the message of God, which from God, teaching me decency, or teaching me to be a filthy person going after lust, to rent a woman, pay her money, so she will take off her panty for me? Is that what God teach you?
Is that what God's teaching me?
Yeah?
I don't know. I haven't read any of that in the Quran.
No, this is what the Quran is saying. You agree? You said to me,
Enlighten me.
you said to me, you heard of the mut'ah, you know what the mut'ah. So what this mut'ah is? Mut'ah is you rent a woman literally, and
Temporary nikah, yeah?
what nikah? I mean, this is rent.
Nikah is not rent, and
Nikah
from what
is the
I've
F word,
seen-
my friend. Nikah is the F word. Nikah does not mean marriage. They lie to you. This is why your prophet, he says, ملعون ناكح يده. Allah cursed the one who do nikah to his hand. Do you F your hand? I mean, do you marry your hand? Nikah is the F word. Muhammad, he said, I will show you the hadith. When your wife, she have her period, do everything with her, which means sexually, except nikah. She's your wife. Are you going to marry your wife? So if the word nikah means marriage, you don't marry your wife. She is your wife. He's telling you, when you are married and your wife, she have her period, do with her everything except a nikah. I can show you the hadith. So nikah does not mean marriage. Secondly, look what your prophet said.
Let's see the hadith.
I will show it to you. But look this. Read this one first.
Yeah.
Can you read it?
Yeah, I'm reading it. Yeah.
Okay, read it loud so people can hear you.
Allah's apostle said, if a man and a woman agree to marry temporarily, their marriage should last for 3 nights, and if they like to continue, they can do so. And if they want to separate, they can do so. I do not know whether that was only for us or for all the people in the general. Abu Abdullah al-Bukhari said, Ali made it clear that the Prophet said, the muta marriage has been cancelled, made unlawful.
Okay. So, what kind of marriage? You go to a woman, you say to her, can we stay together for a day, 2, and we can make it 3. If we like, we can extend. If we don't like, we can stop. Is that what marriage for?
Listen, Christian Prince, what's your name so I can speak to you
Christian.
respectfully?
This is my name, Christian Prince.
Christian. So Christian, I'm going to bring someone who's an expert. Again, this is not in my realm. I had a question out of genuine curiosity. But this one is not in my realm. I'll bring someone who has a PhD, who's been studying this for 30 or 40 years.
All right.
Okay?
Before you go, let me show you the hadith I promise you to show you about a nikah. Just to show you that nikah, when they say to you it means marriage, it's a lie. This is the hadith. Your prophet says, when you do, the Jews, when a woman she have her period, they don't touch her. So Muhammad, he told them the opposite. He said, when your women she have menstruation, when your wife she have menstruation, do everything with her except intercourse. What is the word intercourse? Is nikah. Here we go. This is the word in Arabic. I will show it to you. This is the hadith. Here we go. كل شيء إلا النكاح. This is Sahih Muslim. And this is a Tirmidhi. And this is Sahih too. So do everything except intercourse. So what the word nikah mean? Intercourse. You don't call the same word for marriage intercourse. You don't. Intercourse is intercourse. Intercourse is description for sex act, where a private part of a man enter and penetrate into a private part of a woman. That was intercourse is. This is not marriage. Have nothing to do with marriage. So nikah is not a marriage. So your prophet, he is a messenger of Allah. He came to deliver a message from Allah, and now he is commanding you to go and look at a woman, to sleep with her 3 days, 3 nights if you wish, or 1 hour, and you pay her? And this is message from God? Is that what Moses taught? Is that what Jesus taught? That we can go and rent a woman? And there's a conditions for the renting. You have to offer her money or a property, and you have to tell her for how long, and then if she agree, you can do it. So I go to a woman, I say, I will give you $10 for half hour. Do you agree? If she agree, this is muta. This is why it's called muta. Do you know what muta mean?
Tell me.
Lust. Sexual joy. Lust. So how in the world this guy is sent by God, and then he is promoting fornication? And not only fornication, it's prostitution. Because the women, she have to get paid. You cannot do it unless you decide the 3 things. How much, how long, and then the agreement. Both they agree about the conditions, and then she is lawful for you to go to the bed. And not only that, there's no divorce. How it's marriage, there's no divorce? Have you ever heard of somebody marrying somebody, do not need to divorce the women? Because it's not a marriage, it is muta. So they agree about the time, 15 minutes. When the 15 minutes is up, sorry, I have to put my clothes on, your time is up. This is what hooker should do. You paid for 15 minutes. Your time is up. How in the world this is a person you can consider him a messenger of God?
Well, you asked me, but I can't answer these questions for you because I'm not knowledgeable and experienced on this. Once again, I'm
My
going to bring,
friend, I am
and I know you're just asking
I'm
them rhetorically. I
assuming,
know.
I'm assuming, my friend, I'm assuming that you are a
I know.
growing man, and I'm trying to speak to you in a respect I can. So you as a man, forget about being knowledgeable, being a sheikh, being a Christian prince.
Yeah, but
No,
it's about
forget
wrapping
about.
things together, and
But
it's
do you accept, with my respect, your family, with my accept your sister? Do you accept your sister or you or a woman you want to be your wife? Do you accept that she will rent you herself for temporary time just to have sex with her? Do you accept that your daughter one day she will grow up, with my respect to your family, she grow up and she say, Dad, there's a guy who offered me $10 to sleep with him for half hour. Do you accept that?
okay. There's two things about this. Number one, we have to look at exactly what the tradition is because I mean, it's not clear cut in front of me. Second of all,
It's not a clear cut for
it's
you.
not up to me
No,
what
no,
I
listen,
accept
listen, listen. I want to know how in the world. You see, you keep saying the same. Look like you
because
are.
I haven't read the
No, no,
entire
no, no, no,
hadith.
no, no. You see, I don't. Hold on. I notice that you keep repeating one sentence in order to escape any question. It's
I'm
not
not
a clear
escaping
cut.
anything.
It's not a clear cut. It's not a clear cut. You said to me this sentence maybe more than 20 times already. How in the world is not a clear cut? I just said to
Because
you,
when you like hear something
I
about
just said to you
yeah.
something anyone can answer, either yes or no. There's no clear
No,
cut.
because
What a clear cut. If your sister, with my respect to your sister, if you have any, she said to you, a guy he offered me $25 in return to sleep with him for half hour. Is that a good approved thing by you? Do you need a clear cut? Give me the answer. Is that good? Is that okay for you?
it's not my preference. No,
Why?
there's no reason why it's not my preference. This is not my preference. Why
But
aren't
what? Why?
you?
Why? Is that because it's filthy? Is it because this will make her prostitute?
No, there's no specific reason why, and I'm not
You
sugarcoating
see, you are
anything.
trying to escape
No,
the
I'm not
answer.
trying to
Yes, you
escape
are, because
anything.
there is a reason. The reason is this is not marriage. The reason is that this woman now she is selling her body. With my respect to your family, so now you are trying to escape the humility of the question, saying this is not my preference. But this is not
No, the
about.
reason
This is
is
not
because
about my
there
friend.
may
This
be
is not
women who
about. This is
prefer
not
this.
about food. This is not about salad.
No, no,
This is
no,
not
no. There may
about.
be women who prefer this. There may be women who don't prefer this.
No, no, you,
It
you,
is
you,
about
you.
preference.
Let us say you are the father of the house. Your daughter is your daughter. Do you appreciate your daughter doing such a business? Every few days,
If
there's a
if
guy
my
come
daughter,
and he wanna
if
rent
you're
her.
saying if my daughter was a prostitute,
Huh?
no, I would not accept this. No,
Why?
because I would not like my daughter to be a prostitute.
Thank you very much. So Muhammad is teaching you and teaching your daughter, with my respect, your family again, to be a prostitute. So how he can be
But
a
that's my
messenger of
point.
God?
That's my point, Christian. That's why I'm not. I'm not. This is my point. I don't know if he's. It's not necessarily saying that you're just teaching daughters all across the world to just be prostitutes. That's not. It's not like.
In fact, there is a verse in the Quran. It says it clearly that you can be doing pimp business as long the prostitutes agree. So the Muslims now they have women, and the
That's fine, but
Quran.
it's not saying anyone has to be forced into prostitution.
No, no, hold on. Who cares if I give you a permission to work as a pimp and use girls for sex to make money? How in the world I'm not forcing? And look, even if you force them, the Quran says Allah is all merciful. What do you mean Allah merciful? There's no punishment. There's no punishment in Islam if you are a pimp because it's permitted, especially.
But what is a pimp? A pimp is someone who forces and abuses these women. It's not saying that. It's not saying you can go out and force and abuse
No,
women.
no, he's giving permission. He says, force not your girls to do prostitution if they choose a chastity. So, okay,
If they choose it, what?
are we a religion who teaches chastity, or we are a religion who says it's okay to be a pimp? The verse saying clearly, force them not to do prostitution if they choose not. Sorry, if they choose not, don't force them. But if you force them, Allah is merciful, which means nothing. So a bunch of
Yeah, it's
women.
not. It's saying you cannot force them, which is the definition
No,
of
no,
a
no. It
pimp.
says you can force them. It says you can force them because if you force them, Allah is all merciful. There's no penalty. So, and what if they agree?
just talking
Okay,
about
hold on,
repentance.
okay. So now there's a guy, his name is Andrew Tate, and he opened a business bringing girls to open their legs in the front of the cameras. They agree. He did not force them. Do you agree with that? Is that okay for your moral?
For my moral?
Yeah?
Did those girls choose the business?
Did I say
Would
they
I have
choose?
my
No
God do that?
problem.
No.
So are you saying to me that you support prostitution as long the girls
Did
they
I say
like
that?
it? Huh?
Did I ever say that? No.
No, and
Did I
so
say I would
that's what I'm
I
asking
would
you. That's what I'm asking you. So
would
now
I feel comfortable with my daughter? No. But did people is everyone a Muslim? No, there's gonna be
we
people
are
who
not
are
talking about
prostitutes.
everyone, we are talking about Muslims. The Quran is the book of the Muslim, not the book of the Hindus. And this is the verse given to you, not to me. I'm not a Muslim. So force not your girls to do prostitution if they choose chastity. So what if they don't choose chastity? It's okay. And even if they don't choose chastity and you force them, Allah is more merciful. Clear verse that you can do prostitution, and it's more clear if they agree. So, but this is against all God teaching. This is against the, you Muslim, you say the Bible is corrupt, but you will not find one verse in the Bible saying such a filthy thing. The Bible says the opposite. Jesus says if a man, his eye will mislead him, it's better to take it away, unblock it. Otherwise, if that will stay there, will send you, all of you, to hell. This is what Jesus said. Jesus
Yeah,
said,
but if you
forbid
want to
us.
talk about what Jesus said, I mean, there's things that Jesus said that were similar in the Old Testament. So
Show me where in the Old Testament says you can be a whore. Go ahead. Beat me.
I mean, Deuteronomy, there's plenty of places, but I know it's just going to be
Nowhere.
the
That's
argument
false.
of
That's false. That's
yeah, no, it's
false.
not false.
That's false.
But you won't
But
admit that
my
that's Jesus'
my
words.
friend, fornication in the Old Testament, the punishment is death. Death. Stoning to death. In your religion, there's no stoning to death. Muhammad later, he stole it from the Jews, and now we can find it in the Hadith.
What did it say in Deuteronomy? What was it? Deuteronomy 20. Let's see. Are you pulling up Deuteronomy?
You tell me what it says.
I'm looking. I think it was Deuteronomy 21.
Okay, tell me what it says in 21. It says you can open a prostitution business.
No, it doesn't talk about prostitution business, but also this is also so you're comparing this to a pimp. Once again, a pimp is someone who abuses their woman and who forces these women. I mean, you go read the stories. Go read all the stories
My
about the
friend,
girls in Vegas.
don't tell me go read a story. Show me what you're talking about. There's nowhere there it says you can. If a man he lay down with the women, he have to marry her, because now this is a tradition of the Jews. Nobody will marry her. So if a man he found laying with the women, he have to, and he cannot divorce her. He cannot forever. That's it.
I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. I have decided to follow Jesus. No turning back. No turning